Legend, icon, patriot. 3 terms often used to describe Bob Hope. Julian's Auctions and the Auction Network proudly present the Bob Hope Estate Auction, including personal items from his USO tours around the world.
He genuinely cared. He genuinely cared about America. He genuinely cared. He had performed for every president ever, you know, and he loved the country, and he wanted to do something to help the country, and it was great for him too. But it was great for those troops. They would sit there and wait for him, and he one time he wanted to perform on a carrier, and they said, "You can't. We're in the middle of a war zone." And he said, "Well, look, we'll just be there with a few people, right? Whatever." And they said, "Well, okay." And they looked up, and the air was black with helicopters all landing on this carrier in the middle of a war zone. And he did about 3 shows, and they just did 6,000 guys on the carrier.
Hope enlisted the help of his Hollywood friends to travel to the world's hotspots like Vietnam.
And I would find myself, Bob would have the front seats in the plane, and we weren't flying privately in those days, we were flying commercially, and I would wind up sitting at the feet of Bob Hope, listening to stories, swapping stories.
Oh, it took your breath away. Well, number one, when we'd step off the airplane, there would be thousands of guys just screaming and yelling. So we got a little bit spoiled. And then, because wherever there was conflict, he went, starting way back in the 40s. So that was just his thing, and his whole family understood it. They never had him at Christmas time. Sometimes Dolores would go with him for a part of the trip, and sometimes she performed. One time she was with us and performed, and it was amazing.
Yes.
Well, sometimes we didn't even know where we were going.
You didn't know?
We would just get on a plane and go.
And he made us all love America even more because of his love.
He wasn't American, but he was a great American citizen.
Bob loved America. Bob loved this country. That's why he was so dominant in entertaining the troops. When the war came out, his first thought was not about the pictures he was going to make. Where can I go? How can I entertain the troops? Who will go with me? And I never knew anybody that Bob asked to go.
Who didn't say no?
You know, the thing that was so amazing is that man cared so much for our servicemen, and to give them a little bit of warmth and America loves you, and to see 30,000 of our men in one place was an awesome sight. But to hear them when Bob would do the jokes and the stories, oh, they just, I mean, the screams were just thrilling. It just gives me goosebumps to think about it.
He's a hero. And
that's the perfect word.
He really is. He's an icon and a hero. And what he did, going into the wars in Vietnam and all the wars he was in, and looking these GIs and patting them on the shoulder, the ones that were wounded, the ones that were very seriously hurt, and they would look and they'd say, that's Bob Hope. He's beside my bed. He came to shake my hand or pat me on the shoulder. And that's a memory that they keep with them for the rest of their lives.
The Bob Hope tours also forever impacted the lives of the stars who traveled with him.
But I think it was a Christmas that just the two of us went to Long Beach, to the Veterans Hospital. And we just did funny little shtick on stage, and the audience was filled with a lot of injured guys and a lot of guys who were going to be there the rest of their lives. And it was very emotional. And he had said to me, "You can't break down. You know, you have to be strong for everybody because we're here to make them happy. So it can't be about you. It's not about you. It's about them." And I just remember that there was a special bond, I think, that formed between the two of us, because then after the performance, we went from bed to bed throughout the hospital. And then I realized, I saw what he had always done and what it was that was so special about him, and everybody was so looking forward to seeing him. How important he made everybody smile.
Bob was always positive. He was up. His energy was great. He was always so much fun. And the running gag that we had all the years that we'd see each other off and on throughout the 70s was the fact that he'd always say, "Hi, Arizona," because he associated me with that first time at that beauty contest out of the Miss World USA pageant in '71. I got second runner-up then in that one. And he was always calling me Arizona, and he always remembered, you know.
Some of Bob Hope's biggest fans and golf buddies occupied the highest office in the land, an office some of his fans thought he should have.
The presidents loved him, and they were in awe of him, probably as he was in awe of the presidents. You meet a president of the United States, and you have the privilege of going into the Oval Office. I've only done it a couple of times. He did it with virtually all of them. What did he say? He met 15 presidents of the United States or something and entertained 7. But
Julien's Auctions and the Auction Network are proud to present this once-in-a-lifetime event and give all of Bob Hope's fans a chance to own a piece of his personal collection.
There are certain people that have become icons, and they will go down in history as being one of the greats out of show business, and I don't think anybody will ever forget the name Bob Hope. It will go down for eons, you know. And to own something like that is pretty wonderful.
Still to come.
But back then, just about every movie, you could sing, you could dance, you had to be funny, you had to act. And I think that my dad and Bob were certainly at the top of that list in terms of enormous talents.
Mary Crosby shares her personal stories about Uncle Bob and the friendship he and her father had.